Hey y'all, do me a favor and like the video, subscribe, call your mama and your daddy and them and tell them come on, we live. Y'all, we is on this phone tonight. I apologize. We using this phone because the phone got internet. We don't have internet in the house. So we using our phone so we could go live. It's this or nothing. Okay. I do have my live. I didn't get to put it up on YouTube, but I do have the live already set for MX Network. So I guess we'll do it tomorrow because we don't got no internet right now in the house, and I need my laptop for that. But you could go over to MX Network, y'all. Even everybody with your free subscription, and you can go and hit your reminder on that. We're going to be talking about Charleston White. We got a video we got to look at, but we're not going to do that tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about some things that I would rather talk about. I do want to talk about Charleston White ass, but I do want to give some people some quick, I guess, notifications about this channel. I guess we can call this answer in the comment section, because some of y'all be saying some dumb shit. So we help give people a minute to get here, and we're gonna start this Saturday night off with y'all be saying dumb shit, okay? And we're gonna address the dumb shit. What be wrong with y'all? Okay. So first I want to say, because some of y'all was mad, it was really the men, and it wasn't a lot of y'all. It was just some of y'all, okay? Y'all was mad, and y'all was like, Michi, I better be fair, and why haven't I made a video? Somebody said, can I ask you a question? Yes, you can ask me a question. Somebody asked, why am I not being fair, and why am I not making any videos about Corey Holcomb hitting that woman? So I want to say this. When you made that comment, the video of Corey Holcomb and like all of y'all 8 stupid people that liked it, the video had just been out like maybe 4 or 5 hours. So let me explain something to y'all. I am not your YouTube gossip, stay up on the moment, go and edit a video as soon as some shit come out. If you motherfuckers want that, I'm gonna need you to go over to O'Shea Duke Jackson channel. That's what he lived for. Shit, go watch Anton lame ass. Like, this nigga got a video every 5 minutes, okay? That's not what we do over here. And let's be clear, I think that Corey is a lame. I also think that Anton is a lame. They are both lames, okay? But at the end of the day, no, I'm not gonna go make a video to balance anything out. Corey called his own daughter a biatch. Only thing I've ever seen Corey be known for is scumbag behavior. So you need me. I get tired of y'all acting like you need me to go now make a video about Corey's actions because I said something about Anton. No, the fuck I don't. I said what I had to say. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about it no more. I have a whole video of Anton talking about people's kids, calling them stanky and dirty and ugly, and black kids, right? I also have a video of Anton on a podcast with other people, and they're talking about we shouldn't just believe all women as far as like the Me Too movement. And then somebody says, oh, but we believe the kids, right? We should always believe the kids. And Anton says, no, fuck them kids. So when kids come to you and they say to you, I have been assaulted in a certain kind of manner, right? We understand what the Me Too movement was about when we say believe all women. So when we say believe kids, his response is, fuck them kids. We shouldn't believe that something happened in first because kids is liars too. So I just want you to think about the man who's crying about his daughter. How he talk about everybody else's kids, man? I have another clip of Anton that he is on a panel and he is having a hissy fit, and I'm gonna call it a hissy fit because he's a girl. He's having a hissy fit saying how much he hates black women. He is saying that black women are the downfall of the black community, that we are the worst enemy that the black man in the black community could ever have. And he's saying that, then you wonder why black men leave black women. He says black men should throw all black women away and the kids. Women want to use kids as an excuse. He said, fuck the women and fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. I got clips of all of this. And guess what? I don't give a fuck enough to make a video about it. So yeah, I gave y'all a video the other day about Anton. I'm Antoned out. I don't have enough energy for it because I actually don't give a damn about none of this stuff. I brought up Anton and I brought up Corey's situation. Let's keep this in perspective for everybody making dumb comments in my comment section because y'all little niggas is hurt because y'all be riding Anton's, whatever. Okay? I brought up the situation because I feel like y'all uphold Anton. A lot of y'all. I see a lot of black people in his comment section. A lot of people uphold and say that they like Corey Holcomb. A lot of black men do. And I guess it makes me wonder in the black community, like, what kind of men do we have? And I'm not saying that in general because every black man this does not apply to. But it just amazes me how y'all sit around and watch these men that have this kind of demeanor and y'all uphold them like there's somebody to be admired. There's somebody that you want to follow in their footsteps. Like, to me, that says a lot about you motherfuckers. This is why you will let somebody like Charleston White talk crazy about kids on some graping stuff, on some sexual assault on some kids. He speaks about that all the time. And there ain't no man that's gonna check him. Not only do y'all not check him, y'all actually make excuses. A man that talks the way Charleston talks about kids, and don't worry, we're going to get into it tomorrow. The things he has said are so heinous, I can't play them on YouTube. I'm contemplating doing the show on YouTube and cutting it off and going over to MX Network because when I've played his videos before, they're so vulgar about children that I've gotten in trouble for those videos. So I can't even play the shit that he done said. But yet and still, I've had niggas on my panel. Go watch some videos before now. I've had men on my panel argue me down and say that Charleston White is a comedian like y'all did with that Corey Holcomb shit. Y'all want to dismiss everything that's being said. And y'all was like, Charleston White is an activist. He's done a lot for kids. The way he talks about kids, why would you ever want Charleston White around kids? So this is why I brought up Corey and I brought up Anton. I'm not here to fight no battles and I'm not making no fucking videos about Corey hitting that woman. First of all, let's be real. Corey a punk too. I been said that. But let's also be clear because I'm going to be a very fair person. You probably don't want to hear my commentary on him hitting a woman. I don't know the whole story behind that. But I did not see a man punch a woman in the face. I seen him mush her. Now, he shouldn't have put his hands on her. No, he should have did that. But then I also saw immediately all the men standing around jump that nigga and put him on his back. I seen his feet sticking out of the crowd and he had to stand back up. So the men did what they were supposed to do. He didn't really hurt that woman. And I'm going to tell you, I saw her interview on TM fucking Z. And I am a mother of 5 kids. I have sons and daughters. I'm going to repeat, I have sons and daughters. So just because I'm a woman, I don't be jumping on every woman bandwagon. She was on TMZ acting so distraught. Well, the man asked you 3 times, bitch, and you was at a loss for words for some shit that happened how long ago? Well, I don't know. And he had a gun and he told somebody to go put it in the car. Okay, niggas is allowed to have guns. He didn't threaten you with the gun, bitch. Why are we even bringing that up? Because here you want to go and make this a bigger deal than what it is. I feel like that lady full of shit too. I'm from Detroit. Don't ask me shit because I'm from the city where I feel like where I come from, men and women ain't no different. Nigga, kids not either. So when y'all keep saying kids is off limits, I come from a hood where a 12-year-old will jump your ass and take your life. What are you talking about? I come from a city that I've seen women knock niggas out. I come from a city that if you talk crazy to a man, he might lay you on your back. So I don't know what y'all be talking about this like socially right bullshit. Can we just talk about the reality of what real life is? I'm not going outside as no woman and trying to get tough with a man unless I understand the consequences in that. And I done seen a bitch get knocked out by a nigga. I done watched a motherfucker get their teeth knocked out, their eyes black. He mushed her. He mushed her. Ma'am, I've really seen women get the brakes beat off them by men. I don't know. I come from a place that as we was growing up, okay, let me go somewhere with my cousin and her boyfriend want to jump bad and he put his hands on her. It might be 6 of us and we girls, we will jump this nigga. This is where I'm from. So don't ask me no dumb questions. You want some politically correct shit? Go ask your fake ass pastor. He'll tell you what you want to hear. So no, I'm not surprised by Corey's actions. I don't give a fuck about Corey's actions. He was wrong, but the woman is exaggerating the fuck out of this situation. She's turning into a Karen. Oh, poor me. I'm so traumatized. Now all of a sudden, Corey a drug kingpin. I'm scared to go outside. Girl, shut the fuck up. Fuck her too. Fuck her and fuck Corey. How about that? So y'all don't want my commentary on this woman and Corey because y'all want me to go in on Corey. I already said Corey ain't shit. How many more ways y'all want me to say it? There's a million people on here talking about it. You want me to make another video? For what? For what? And saying all of that brings me to the next point of addressing some comments in my comment section. Let's address the next one. We had some people in there who came and said kids is off limits. Y'all said kids is off limits, right? So let me give y'all another worldly perspective instead of this bullshit y'all be talking about. Kids is off limits to who? To who? And the reason why I say to who is because it amazes me how grown and mature you have not come as people come up of age. Because at 46 years old, let me tell you what I've learned about people and what they should and they shouldn't do. Your morale is not my morale. Your morale is not Corey's morale. Your morale is not the whole black community's morale. Again, I come from Detroit. I know niggas who will take the life of your child to get back at you. They on here talking about people, kids. I know people that will come get your kids for what you done said and did to them. Do I have any Detroiters in the house? Now, I don't know how y'all do stuff around Detroit now. Every time I go home, it's white people everywhere. But I grew up in Detroit back in the motherfucking 80s and the 90s. Okay? Women and children is off limits. Okay. Tell that to the many drug dealers who was talking crazy to another drug dealer, because Detroit didn't have gangs when I was growing up. We didn't do gangs. We did organized crimes. Hoods with hoods, cousins with cousins. If you did some shit, we going to call my cousins because we from here. So I got 55 million cousins in Detroit. That's how we was coming. We go get our people. We didn't have fucking gangs in Detroit. We had blocks of niggas that stuck together. The Littlefield boys, the Birdwood niggas, and most of us was family. That's who you rode with. But I watched so many niggas trying to be tough. You know what motherfuckers used to do back when I was coming up? And you got on their bad side? They wouldn't come for you. They'll snatch your girl up on her way coming home from somewhere and put her in the trunk. And they gonna send her back to you after they defile her. And now you go ahead and use your brain. I'm not telling you this is right. What I'm telling you is, when you like, kids is off limits. Nigga, this not Sesame Street. This is real life. Everybody doesn't follow that code. So the best thing I've learned at 46 years old, you can't control what another motherfucker call off limits. You cannot tell somebody else how to respond to the shit that you do to them. So y'all sound crazy. Kids is off limits. Yeah, to you. So I suggest you don't talk too crazy to a person who may not feel that kids are off limit if you have kids. And that's why the majority of my video that I made was pertaining to Anton himself. Because as a father and a man who is online the way that he is online, and he from Detroit, nigga, I don't believe you. Because your first responsibility is to understand you do not put your children or your wife in the limelight and then start beef with people and think that they won't use that against you. That's why I don't believe he's from Detroit. He talked tough, but I don't believe him. And I'm not saying that everybody in Detroit act like this. What I'm saying is Detroit is not a big place, nigga. Detroit is not gigantic. Who told y'all Detroit was big as fuck? Because it's not. And what I'm telling you is, even if you're not the nigga willing to cross that line, we all know niggas in Detroit that's willing to cross that line even if they not your family member and they the nigga that live at the corner. Don't mess with that nigga JoJo. He crazy. He'll kill you and your whole family, my nigga. He really will. So I don't know what y'all talking about. Kids is off limits. This is crazy. And anybody who won't say there's something wrong with you. No, you're naive and you're going to get your shit split in this world. That's what's going to happen to you. I don't care how you feel. It ain't about how you feel. It's about the person responding. Obviously, Corey doesn't feel that kids are off limits and you don't get to tell him that's what it is. You can't see that human beings, much less black people, don't live by a code. Nigga, if we can't get on code on how to get free, I know you don't think we on code when it comes to kids. Kids is off limits. Are kids off limits to people who beat their kids? Huh? You have a people in the black community who beat their kids. Just like in every community. They beat their kids. They don't take care of their kids. So do you think those people think kids are off limits? They don't even have any love for their own kids. Do you think a person who abused their child, I'm talking about some real abuse, do you think that they have love for kids? They don't have love for their own kid. And Corey definitely thinks his own daughter is a bitch publicly. So if he put his own daughter out, why you don't think he wouldn't put somebody else's daughter out? Like, miss me with the ideology of shit works the way Jesus told you it did or church did, because it's not. It's not. So again, fuck Anton. I told you I got all them clips on him. You probably will not see the video of it coming because I don't feel like sitting up editing another video. Looking at this weird looking nigga face for 2 hours to make y'all a 10-minute video. I'm not doing it. So we're done talking about Anton and Corey over here. Take your ass to the other million channels that is. All right? Then another person came in my comment section. This one thing I'm addressed, and I'm sure it won't be the last time I'll address it. It's not the first time that I've addressed it. And they say to me, Michi, you haven't done your research on Anton, apparently. Now, I don't know what you're referring to because everything I talked about in the video I got from publicly the shit he's saying do. But that's not really the bothersome to me. This is the thing. You wrote my name, Meechie. And I just want a nigga to know you can't ever tell me to go research when you don't even know how to read. The letter of the day is R in this bitch. Because how dare you? Y'all come in my chat a lot and do this and you be on my video. And right above where you are writing, right below where you are watching, is the fucking spelling of my name. And if I click on your name and you've been on my channel and it says you've made 150 comments, nigga, you've been here way too long to be misspelling my name. You just too stupid to be telling me I need to research anything because you don't research me. You got to go look. You got to go find. You got to go study. All you had to do was look up, bitch. Look up. See, that's how my name is spelled. And you ain't have enough sense to do that. So if you can't spell my name right no more, I don't care if you come in the comment section and tell me you love me. If you don't know how to spell my name by now, don't talk to me in my comment section. Okay? I just want y'all to know that because y'all do that shit a lot. Michi, M-E. There's no I in Michi at all. It's not. It's not. Not in this Michi. Okay? Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you want me to research, I want you to read. That's all. I think it's fair. Okay? All right. Like the video, y'all. Subscribe if you're not. Hit that notification bell. What I would like to talk to you guys about a little bit more that I think is more important, what I would prefer to talk to about on this channel. We got a lot of the Corey bullshit going on and all of that stuff, you guys. But there is a storm coming that's going to bust your ass. I mean, maybe not. Right? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But I want to talk about that because you guys know, for people who want to come over here and tell me what I should talk about, most of the time I'm talking about shit that really matters. So if I want to have a petty moment, I'm going to have a petty moment. And I don't think I ever have petty moments because even in the video about Anton, I was trying to make a point about our community as a whole, right? But we do have a storm coming, and I want to bring this storm. Y'all might already be in the midst of the storm, right? It's coming where I am, and like it's kind of here, the wind, but other than that, it ain't really nothing else. But somebody said storm is on its way here in New Jersey. Yes. So the reason why I want to bring this up to y'all is because I talk about survival all the damn time, okay? And I want to once again bring to y'all attention. We're going to talk about some of the things that you guys can do. I mean, I always believe in stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. So some of these things is going to be too late for you to do or to get, but don't get it twisted. If this storm comes to certain places the way that it is, some of us may get lucky and we might not get hit the way that they say we're going to get hit, but some of you may get hit the way that they say you're going to get hit. And I want you to know that you should not let a storm end your life. Do you know in 2021 when we had a bunch of power outages and different things and storms that it was cold? Do you know over 200 people passed away? 200 people. So I just want to be real clear to everybody while y'all ran to the store and y'all got food and stuff. You know, it's probably too late to say this now if you have not done this, but that's not what you needed to go to the store and do. Okay? First of all, if you're not going to have any power and there's a possibility you're not going to have any power, let me tell you what you should have actually done. What you should have done is made sure that you had things to make sure that you're warm inside of your house. I'm here in Georgia and we don't really get cold like that, right? But come Monday, it's going to be 19 degrees outside as the low. So if I don't have any power in my house as of Monday, okay, who you think without some precautions you finna live through a day or two of 19 and 20 degrees outside? You do know hypothermia will kill your ass. Okay? So I just want to be real clear in that to people is that when I talk about survival, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. These storms happen all the time. And then even if a person was to say to me, you know, Meet You Well, we don't normally get storms like this here. I done told y'all a long time ago that we're starting to get weather. Your government creates weather. We won't get into all of that tonight. But I mean, if you've been around a long time, where my day one's at, we already know that the government creates weather, right? We already know that things happen like Katrina and people survive the hurricane, but the government then breaks the levee. Okay? So what if you have a bunch of wind and ice and everything in your area and they cut the power? It ain't really the storm, but they done already told you they finna cut the power, so you kind of expecting it and they blame it on the storm. I mean, if you trust your government, you a fool. But I would tell you to be ready for all kind of shit. You done lived your whole life. You finna let a goddamn snowstorm kill you? So I just want to know, like, for anybody that, I know they in Minnesota, dumb. Let me tell you, they outside protesting. Don't worry. Don't worry. When the storm hit their ass, the motherfuckers gonna go in the house. Don't worry. They going in the house, okay? But I just want to know, has anybody thought about the reality if your power go out? Now, for the South, for a lot of us, let me be clear. You're not going to get a lot of snow. We're going to get ice, and that's even worse, right? So if y'all been around, you heard me tell the story that when I was living in Springfield many, many years ago, we had a snowstorm that came through early in the season. So all our leaves hadn't fallen off the trees yet. So the weight of the snow broke a lot of the tree branches and they were falling all over the power lines. Now, when the ice comes in this direction and we have rain and we have the wind and everything else, if that ice is up on the power lines or on the tree branches and start to break the tree branches and make the electric wires fall down, yes, absolutely, your power could go out. Our power went out at that time for 8 fucking days. 8 days. I had a cord of wood. Thankfully, I had a wood burning fireplace. That shit lasted us like 4 days. A whole cord of wood, something that would last me the whole winter. We had to heat the whole house in one room and all stay in that one room, and we were still quite cold. So what I'm telling you is that your biggest concern should be how you gonna eat. But you could fast. You'd be all right if your power out for 3 days. If you couldn't cook and you couldn't eat, you won't die. But hypothermia will kill your ass. Faster than not eating some food will. So if you were going to get some food, though, I hope that y'all got things that you can prepare without power. So I hope that you have things like bread, some lunch meat, some peanut butter jelly, things like that you can put together and you can have something to eat, right? If you want to eat. But when it comes to being cold, have anybody thought about how they're going to heat their home or how they're going to stay warm? All of y'all should have some, you can get them at the store. They're really cheap. They're called hand warmers and you break them and they warm up. You can put them in your hands to warm your hands up. You should have went in your closet and got your gloves and your hats and all of those things and your thermals so you know where that shit is. If you have a sleeping bag, you should sleep in your sleeping bag in your bed if your power goes out and it's cold as fuck. Okay? It's going to help to generate your body heat so that when you're in that sleeping bag, it helps you to stay warm. For those of you that are in a space, like for example, I went to the store earlier today, the gas station, and just filled up my gas tank, okay? Made sure it was on full. The reason I did that is because if my power does go out and it gets too cold at nighttime, or it gets to a point where we're just tired of being wrapped up in layers and we're cold and our nose is cold and we need a break, I'm going to go to my driveway, right? And I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to turn it on. And we might take a nap in that motherfucker, eat our food in there and get warm. It's like a warming station, right? I don't need my damn car to go nowhere. I ain't going nowhere, but it ain't no store. I'll be right here at the house. But I got gas in case I need to go sit my ass in there. Now, if y'all gonna go in your car, let me say this to everybody too. Make sure that you're not in your fucking garage. You're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna die. You're gonna wake up dead, okay? Tell Jesus hello, because you're gonna die, okay? That creates carbon monoxide. Okay, so you don't want to do that in your garage. Also, if you're in a place where you are getting snow and you are in your car for long periods of time or to try and get warm, right? What you do want to do is you want to make sure that there is no snow built up on your tailpipe at the back of your car, because that's going to also push carbon monoxide into your car. These are small things people don't know, and then you die over some simple shit like that, okay? So lay your ass up, get some socks. Know that your hands, your feet. Remember back in the day when your mama and them used to be like, put some socks on because you're sick. Not having socks on don't really make you sick, but heat will leave your body much faster through your hands and your feet, those extremities, and your neck area right here. So if you are cold, make sure to put on several layers of socks. If you have longer socks, they are better than wearing like short ankle socks. Put those on your feet, okay? Make sure you put some gloves or some socks on your damn hands. If you are cold, wrap your neck with a scarf or something, because that's where a lot of your heat is going to leave your body, okay? And hypothermia, you will get cold and shit, and then you'll get tired and you'll just go to sleep and won't never wake up, right? So I just want everybody to keep this in mind when I talk about being prepared for survival. I'm not talking about a fucking zombie apocalypse. This is the stuff that I'm talking about, right? I know that this is just a storm on the news, but like really, somebody could die from this. I want you to imagine people who have children and you're not prepared, you're not ready, right? Your elderly parents, the older people in your life, right? They can freeze to death. Them kids you got in that house, they can freeze to death. So it's really not a joke. I just want all of y'all for a moment to imagine if you were homeless and you had to go live outside and you was trying to find somewhere to sleep and it was 19 degrees or whatever it's going to be where you live. I want you to picture that, because if your heat goes out because it is attached to your power and you have no heat in your home, at some point the inside of your house is going to feel just like the outside of your house. So I want you to think about that. Like, do you think you could survive if you had to cop a squat behind a tree and it's 19 degrees outside? If you just laid down with 3 layers of clothes on, would you make it? That's the question, because your house gonna be just as motherfucking cold, okay? So that's what you got to think about. That's the biggest thing. So if you're not prepared and you weren't prepared before now, I would tell you to focus more on staying warm if your power goes off than even worrying about eating. For real. You could go a long time without no food. You ain't gonna die, but being cold will kill your ass, okay? So just keep that in mind, y'all. Y'all should be prepared for all of this. For me, it's just simple shit. I got my jackeries in the goddamn house. They already ready on the counter. If power goes out, I don't know about y'all, but just for decor, I love me some electric candles. Now, these things probably won't help you now, but all through my house, through the hallway, on candle votives, on the walls, all through my house, I have candles on the wall. They're electric candles. And so I just made sure all the batteries was charging them. If the power go out, I'm going to take remote control. I'm going to walk around my house and push a button, and I'm going to turn on every candle. And you can walk through this motherfucking house from the upstairs to the downstairs, and there will be electric candles lighting the way. I'm not lighting shit. I'm not lighting shit. Hey, Nyla. Nyla in the house. Shout out to Nyla, everybody. Let me see. Nyla, I made you a moderator. So you can put your link in there. Put your link to your channel. Shout out to Nyla, y'all. If y'all know who Nyla says is, her Taz be going in. We gonna watch Taz's video with the Charleston White situation on tomorrow. We gonna watch Taz's video. That's her husband. They be going in. They be giving Nyla a hard time She's had some channels taken away from her, but she back. She keep coming back and say she gonna make it happen anyway. So if y'all been looking for Nyla and you don't know what happened, she back and she got a channel. So y'all go over there and check out her channel, y'all. Y'all check her out. And we'll make sure we put Taz's channel and everything in the comment section on tomorrow's video, so you guys can go watch the full video and check him out. But yeah, y'all. So like on some real shit, I just feel like we're the last to be prepared, so we are the first to be affected in these situations. So I just want to throw that out there. I talk about people are always like, you know, Michi talk about some shit important, but I've been talking about this shit for so long. I guess I just be like, either you get it or you don't get it. And I know that there's new people in here every goddamn day, but still, like, I've been talking about this shit for forever. And I think that people look at survival like it's too much of a big deal. Nobody says you got to be an extreme survivalist where you fucking trying to have all kind of shit in your garage and I'm extreme. There's extremes to everything, but goddamn, y'all should at least have some basic things so you don't die because of a snowstorm. I'm sorry, I don't know about y'all, but I'm from Detroit. Life gonna have to find another way to kill me, because I'm not finna let kill me is some motherfucking ice or some snow. That shit not never finna get me. Or some COVID or no food on the shelf. I can control them goddamn things. It won't be me. It won't be me. The life gonna have to send some more gangster in a goddamn storm. But it is sad that people die in these situations. There will be some old people who finna get their ass get gone in the midst of this storm. Okay, so if you don't have these things yet, y'all, you might want to think about getting ready now, because there will probably be a whole nother storm that will come later. You will face these situations down the road. So if you survive this one, stop waiting until the last minute to get yourself together. Somebody said I keep a generator. Yes, I do too. I will tell you, I love my Jackeries, y'all. If y'all want to know some good solar panel generators or power boxes, Jackery is the motherfucking man. I have Jackeries in all different sizes. You do not have to go straight to the big one. They also have one that's so big you can connect that motherfucker to your circuit box, and if your power go out, it would just kick in and circuit the whole house for like 4 days straight, 5 days straight. It's a backup generator like a hospital, goddammit. So Jackery have everything from the small ones or whatever. Problem with solar panels though, let me say this to y'all, is that if you don't have a lot of sun, because it's really gloomy, it's hard to recharge them if they are solar, right? You do have to think about that, because you do not have, there are pros and cons of everything. If you don't have a bunch of sun charging the panels, then guess what? It's not gonna be no good for you anyway. And if you got a gas generator, you gotta remember that it's gonna take all that gas, so people might be fighting your ass at the goddamn stove for gas. Also, don't be a dumbass. And when I say this, don't be a dumbass, because my daddy was a dumbass. That's how my daddy died. Carbon monoxide poisoning. I would have thought at his grown ass age he would have known better. Everybody don't know better, right? But do not bring your generator with gas inside your damn house. Do not bring it in the garage. Do not bring it in your house. A generator with gas got to stay outside. I thought that people knew that had generators, but apparently people do not, because people die every year from that. My daddy was in a spot. They brought the generator inside the building. They caught themselves watching some TV. The power was out, and they all woke up dead, okay? They woke up dead. They sure did. So I'm saying that for real. If y'all don't know that, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put your generator in the damn. It needs to be outside of your house, okay? But then at the same time, that creates, you know, depending on how long your power is out. Because if I'm a tough guy and you live by yourself and you're no threat, and I've been watching you, because it's your neighbors you got to worry about. Because mayhem do come out in the midst of some shit. Okay? Your neighbor going to be like, oh, this nigga got it. I'm going to hear your generator running. I'm going to come take your generator. We over here cold. We cold. And you got that generator rolling. I'm coming to take that motherfucker because it's sitting outside. So don't get got. I mean, it's pros and cons of everything. Don't get got. Somebody said, pay attention, don't wake up dead. Thank you. Somebody said my condolences. Thank you. That was a long time ago. People die every day, B. And honestly, it's funny because my dad had really bad alcoholic problems and drug problems. And we always just knew my daddy was going to die because of an overdose. But the funny thing is, in his autopsy, he was sober. I was like, hey, this a motherfucker. This nigga was not sober his whole life. And he died sober? Go ahead, Dad. Good job for you. So it's all right. It's all right. My daddy had a hard life. So he probably is has much peace now because life was hard and the motherfucker on his ass. But thank you for the condolences. Hey, it is what it is. Everybody got to go sometime, and I would have rather see him go that way than the rest of the ways we thought that he was probably gonna go, right? Um, so anyway, y'all, just be safe. Be smart. Go out there and get shit together. Somebody was like, Michi, do a show about survival. I do survival all the time. We finna have a survival class. I did just create, y'all. I gotta put it up on the thing. I do have a 350-page survival booklet, right? It's everything for you to test all of your stuff. So let me just give y'all some pointers too. When y'all have a survival plan, y'all should practice them. Okay? Somebody said, "Oh damn, Michi, you're laughing." What am I not supposed to laugh? Am I supposed to cry? My daddy died so long ago. I have kids that was born since he died, and my son is about to be grown. Like at the end, look, death is inevitable in life. Everybody dies. They do. Am I supposed to cry? My daddy had a hard life. Sometimes I'm sure that he could find a peace in death that he couldn't find in life. So, I mean, I'm not laughing like, ha, he dead. I'm laughing because life is life. And when I die, there will be tears for the people who love me. But I hope that when they're done crying, I hope that they celebrate me. I hope they have a really good time in my memory. I hope they eat my favorite foods. I hope they listen to my favorite music and they remember me for the person I was and celebrate me. Death is inevitable. We're all going to die. We all do. Have to face that day one day. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't look at death in that way. I don't think it's the end. My dad is, let me tell y'all a quick story. We just sit here talking, right? Like the video for me. When people die, I don't feel that they're gone. I feel that they have just transformed into another space. They're back into the spiritual realm. Understand this. The very thing that gives your body life, why do we call when people die? Why do we call them the dead? Right? Why? What makes your body live? The very essence, your spirit that lives in you is what gives you life. When you die, you give up the ghost. Your spirit leaves your body. That's the life in you. Your spirit is what makes you living. So how is it that the spirit, once it leaves the body, that the spirit is dead? No, baby, the body is dead. The spirit is alive. The spirit is the thing that allowed your body to live. So we don't commune with the dead. We commune with the very much living, right? And so it's funny because my dad was a very bad alcoholic. He had bad drug problems. He was a workaholic, though. He was very much a functioning alcoholic, right? And it's funny because he was a shitty father. He absolutely was. But before he passed away, like, I'm not mad at my dad. Everybody's journey is their journey, right? And so, you know, he was a horrible father. He did not provide for me. He did not protect me. Matter of fact, he put his hands on me and all of those things, right? But it's funny because if you think that when people die, it's too late because you refuse to commune with them, you might think the last argument that you had with them is where it stands, that you'll never speak to them again. You might think, you know, that you can never be forgiven by them or you can never forgive them or just it's over, right? That's not true. I see, because my daddy was a drunkard in his flesh. That's not what he is in the spirit, okay? So I'll never forget one day I was doing some stuff on my altar. And some things I will leave burning on my altar. Some things that you're working on, you don't leave them burning because some shit could catch on fire, right? And so I was doing something on my altar and it was burning. And I didn't want to fall asleep because I knew that it could catch fire. So I'm laying there and I'm kind of just meditating, focusing on what it is that I'm focused on in my ritual, my spiritual ritual. And I don't want to fall asleep, but I'm so relaxed, I fall asleep. And as I'm laying there asleep, my father, my dead father, right? He says to me in my ear, "Baby girl, wake up and put the fire out." He wakes me up out of my sleep. And I wake up and I look over and sure enough, that shit is on fire. Now the whole table ain't on fire like that. Okay, get out your imagination. That shit ain't up in flames. But as I slept for maybe a good 2-3 more minutes, oh my God, it would have caught on fire. The whole room would have been on goddamn fire, right? And so I go over to the altar, I put out what is on fire, and I look over because before I actually did what I did on my altar, I gave my father an offering for the first time, right? Usually I have some type of whiskey, brandy, other things on my altar, but my dad was a heavy vodka drinker. So he would drink vodka and he would drink gin. He Polish, right? So I gave him an offering, some libations, and I went and got him some gin. And it's funny because when I got up, now remember, this altar would have went up in flames. I had liquor offerings and everything. Boy, we'd have been burnt the fuck down, okay? But it's the first time I ever gave my dad an offering. And my dad showed up for his offering. And he woke me up and told me, "Baby girl, put out the fire. If not, I would have slept through it." When I got to the altar and put the fire out, I glanced over at his offering and it was gone. And if you have an altar and y'all give libations, the crazy part about that is that libations will evaporate over time. It's not gone right away. My daddy spirit came and was like, yo, let me take this shot. Girl, get up. The house about to burn down. So let me tell you something. For something my father never could do for me in life, he never protected me. He never defended me. He never provided for me. Never, right? Something he never did in life for me. In death, my dad saved me. He protected me, right? And so saying all of that, to go back to what I was saying, I just look at death different. So I'm not laughing at my dad is dead. That's not where the laugh comes from. It's just I don't have sadness when I think about him being gone. I actually think he had a really hard life. I think he had a sad life, a very sad existence. And so to know that he died and he ain't had no alcohol or no drugs in his system, he was sober and that's the way he went out, like, that's a victory for my dad. Shit, go ahead. And so, and he's not living in that misery or how his life was anymore. So I'm not laughing, haha, he's dead. But I don't look at death like a lot of you people do, from my spiritual beliefs and the way I see it. So just side story, y'all. Just to say that I didn't mean it in that way, okay? But anyway, y'all, you know, you don't want to wake up on the other side. If you do, you see my daddy tell him what's up. But that's where some of y'all gonna be if y'all get your shit together for survival. So I do want to throw a couple of things out there for y'all. So I want to say this about survival to make it a little bit more not such a big thing in front of y'all, right? Where you feel like it is where it's so big that you just can't grasp. So I want to make it smaller for you. So I want y'all to look at survival like we depend on systems, right? Which is the government. We depend on systems to, I don't know, put food on the grocery store shelves, to bring electricity into our house, to bring heat into our homes, right? So we look at all of these things. We look at the services of the phone. We don't have, landlines, most of us anymore. You don't have a payphone you can go to. So we have these systems that actually have us locked into how we live everyday life, okay? So survival should be whenever these structures fail. I don't want y'all to feel like you got to prepare for a zombie fucking apocalypse. But I want you to understand that when these systems fail, even if it's just for a short amount of time, you should be in a position that you can fill in the gaps and still live your life comfortably while you're waiting for that system to provide that thing for you again, right? So it's not as big as y'all make it think. Like if there's a storm coming, all the food, if you go to some of y'all grocery store shelves are completely empty. That is because people are running to the store, they are buying any and everything, and that shit is stupid. Because if you're in a survival situation, first of all, do you niggas not grocery shop? Because I already have food in my cabinets. I don't need to run to the store because I ain't got no food at all. And then the next thing is, what kind of food are y'all buying? If your power go out, do you have ramen noodles? You can just put some heated water on them. Do you have bread to make sandwiches? I went and got 2 loaves of bread. Because if power go out, we got peanut butter jelly. We got the egg salad sandwiches. We got tuna fish we can make in this mug. We got some lunch meat. You can make some sandwiches, okay? It's just so you, what are you buying? Like all the fruit was gone, all the meat was gone. What is you niggas frying if you can't cook? Because your power go out. What is y'all doing? Look, now it says they buy Hot Pockets. Nyla, if they goddamn microwave don't work, how they gonna cook them Hot Pockets? So, what y'all supposed to do, y'all? Remember, this is a gap. You're filling in a gap. All these states is declared a state of emergency, and they're like, we're gonna, the power might be out. Be prepared for that. They say, 2 to 3 days. 3 days without no power, it can get really bad if it's cold. So anyway, just like, what are y'all buying, right? So when we talk about no power, you need to have a plan. What happens if you don't have no power? And if you want to prepare your family to have no power, go to the circuit breaker just once every 3 months in your house and just cut everything the fuck off. Doom, doom. Now, if you really want to play this game, don't tell nobody else in the house that you just cut all the power off. Tell them and all your kids and everybody else in the house, even your husband, your boyfriend, you tell him that you just got a text and that the electric company said that the power is out and it's going to be back on as soon as they can get it on, but we might not have no more power till tomorrow. Or you can cut the power off and everybody knows it. But cut off the power and walk around your house one day with no power and figure out how do you use the power without, how do you use things you normally power without having power? Put yourself in that situation. What do you do if there's no power? Kids can't get on the internet or whatever. So then do they play board games? What do we do when we don't have no power? Have a plan for that shit. Have a plan. Make one day everybody in your household, or for the next 3 days, give them a test and say, do not call anybody on your cell phone by just merely pushing their name. You have got to dial everybody's number. If you need to write the numbers down that are important to you on a piece of paper, write them down, but do not call anybody by pushing a button. Dial their phone number directly. Maybe you got the two-way radio walkie-talkies, right? That you gave one to your grandmother, your parents, or whoever, and you want to check on them. So talk to them that day, but only talk to them all day on that device you have. The reason why you want to test these things and why you want to put yourself in these positions to test your survival plan is so that when these things happen, your family don't miss a beat. Oh shit, the power gonna be out. We've already practiced to do when the power is out. So we know where all of the stuff is that's gonna light up the house. We've already gone through that. The kids went through a drill. All the kids got glow sticks. Glow sticks are a great thing to keep you guys. Glow sticks will give you light for a long time and they're very cheap. So you can crack a glow stick or give your kids one to carry and put it in the bathroom if there's no light in the bathroom, in their room, on the nightstand, and it will give them light for a while. Enough that it does light up a dark ass room, right? And so when you do experience these things in real life, your family has put it to the test, so you automatically have something to go to. We've practiced this. We know what to do when there's not no power in the house. Okay, we ain't gonna have no power for a little while. What y'all gonna do? Okay, we don't got no internet. The kids gonna go grab the games. You decide you're gonna read your book, whatever the hell, right? And so you need to practice these things a whole lot, right? So that your family understands when you have a gap in the systems that produces what you need for your livelihood, they're not working. There's no food. You can't get out your house. There's no power, even no ambulance or no police. That's part of it too, y'all. What are you going to do? You have to have a backup system. When shit go down, everybody else panic. If you are prepared, people don't panic that are prepared. They say, where's the shit that we got? Okay, everybody go get your whatchamacallit out your room. The power is not back on. Everybody's going to bed. Go get your fucking sleeping bags. Everybody got in their closet. You know what to do. Y'all got on y'all layers of clothes. I'm going to heat up everybody's water bottle over here that we're heating up on whatever, right? You got your generator going, your little plug-in burner. Put this hot water bottle in. You already have a routine and your kids know what to do too, so everybody ain't losing their damn mind. So I don't want y'all to think of fucking Walking Dead. Not to that extent, because I think we take it too far in that vein. You just need to understand, if you can't go to the store and the government can't provide food for you for 2 weeks, how the fuck you gonna eat? If the ambulance can't show up to your house, are you gonna be okay if some shit happen? Don't ever throw away medication. It might not be as potent, but medicine always has a value to it. Don't throw that shit away. Keep all your antibiotics. Keep all your goddamn pain pills. And if you know somebody don't want them, don't let them throw them away. Take them motherfuckers, because you could always use that shit. What you gonna do if the ambulance can't get through? What you gonna do? And somebody break a leg? Somebody get cut and they bleeding? Do y'all got family members that need medication that gotta stay refrigerated? What you gonna do if the power go out? You got anybody that's on some type of machine or a ventilator? Do you have a backup for that shit? Don't die because ain't no power. Don't die over some simple of some fucking power. Don't die over that shit. So you just need to make yourself be prepared. I laugh. I don't know why all these people at the store, they bought everything. And if your power go out, bitch, where is you making chicken Alfredo gorgonzola? Where is you cooking that shit, bitch? The fucking stove don't work. I'm just saying. Somebody said that they gonna go outside early. Y'all said y'all gonna put y'all food on the grill. That is not a bad thing, right? You could put your food on the grill, absolutely. But let me say something to y'all in this. Shout out to you for the $2 holla. I appreciate that. Let me say something. If the power is out long enough, other people that are not prepared will get desperate. So there's pros and cons with everything, right? So if you start barbecuing all around the neighborhood and everybody smell that on the grill, and there's plenty of people who don't have no food themselves, you want to be careful with that. I'm not saying don't do it, but understand one thing I don't think people think about. Let me tell you something. For as much as there's going to be ice outside, there's going to be snow in some places, Don't think that crime and mayhem ain't gonna still be on the street, because them motherfuckers gonna be there too. When the California fires happened, while people was running from the fires, how many of y'all remember the news reporting the police trying to keep people away because other folks were running to the fires to go into the houses people had evacuated so they could steal their property? When there is a climate of disaster or something that is going on, I do not care how devastating that disaster is. There's always an element of crime and mayhem. Always. Always. Even in Katrina, for as devastating that was, it was crime and mayhem because there are no police that are coming. And so you better learn how to protect yourself. And your biggest enemy is not necessarily going to be the nigga that lives 7 miles away. It's your neighbors. They're the ones that's going to see you coming and going. They're the ones that's going to smell that barbecue on the grill. And you ain't built no relationships. We don't have neighborhoods anymore. When I was growing up, when we go down the street, the neighbors would know your name. If you did some bad shit, they be done called your mama before you got home. Michelle was out here cussing in front of my house, and you had to get your ass whooped because Miss May told on you. And then you got to go down there and apologize to her for cussing in front of her house. We don't know our neighbors no more. And in disasters, that doesn't benefit us, because if you have something they don't have, if everybody power is out on the block, but every night they ain't got no power, they looking out their windows, they see your house lit the fuck up. They know who got a generator. They know who got power. They know who got food. Oh, they real prepared. So when a person get desperate, if you real prepared and you ain't got no real protection, you know what I'm saying, and you look like an easy target, you might get got trying to have your house lit up at night. Your best bet is to cut that shit off. You think just because you got a generator, let me turn on all the lights in my house. Not if you're the only house on the block with a generator. You better cut that shit off. And you better get them glow sticks and walk through your motherfucking house with some glow sticks. You better carry a candle in the places you need to be. Do not publicize to everybody that you're prepared and they're not, because you'll make yourself a victim. So along with everything else you should be prepared to do, you should be prepared to whoop a motherfucking ass. You should be prepared to take a nigga life. You should be prepared to defend what's yours, because you would be surprised when people are desperate. And don't think that desperation can't kick in. When a motherfucker who not prepared is looking at his kids and they're talking about they hungry, and they told you that the power will be back on in 2 to 3 days, but now we're going on the 4th day. They're cold. Everybody in their house is feeling it. The kids is looking at them like, Dad, what? Or y'all talk all this shit in the black community about YNs. Do you know that YNs are alive and thriving? They're here during this goddamn snowstorm and blizzard. Oh, they will come jack you for your shit in a minute and come back like, Ma, we got a generator. We got some groceries. And she's like, boy, where you get this stuff from? And he done split somebody's head and he done ran off with their generator, left you and your kids with no heat, done took all your food. And if he decide not to be too thuggish, she might leave you your life. And now you alive, but you got your head bust. Ain't no police coming. Your kids is crying. Now your generator gone. All your food gone. All that shit you ran to the store and got gone. So don't mistake that being prepared is also knowing how to defend what the fuck you have. And try as much as possible not to publicize all the shit that you have. Because you might be prepared, but that does not mean the next person in your neighborhood is not. And you will make yourself a target. You will make yourself a target. Where my Detroiters at? Y'all remember some years back? Shoot, my daughter is 21. She was a newborn baby. I was breastfeeding her. This was a long time ago. And the power went out in Detroit for what? I want to say it was like over a week. It was at least 4 or 5 days. Yeah. And in the daytime, all of the people, the men would go around. I was living in an apartment at the time. He would come and they would say, everybody doing okay around here or whatever. And somebody pulled out their grill and everybody would bring their meat out and everybody started grilling their meat and stuff. But as soon as nightfall hit, we went in our house. And as soon as it got dark outside, all you heard was nothing but mayhem. Niggas shooting, niggas crashing cars in the shit because it's dark as hell outside. Ain't no street lights or nothing. All of the criminals was like, let's go outside. It's dark and the police ain't coming to get nobody. Police can't see nobody. Yeah, it got pretty crazy around there. So, I mean, no matter what's going on, that's always an element of it. Mayhem and crime is always an element of situations like this. I don't give a damn if the world is on fire. It's going to be somebody trying to steal the fire that's on your roof because they don't have enough on theirs. I promise you. Shout out to you. Thank you for the $2 holler. Says, remember people... Bird shot, then solid slug. Thank you for the $2 holler. So I just want y'all to say you got to be prepared. Somebody says, Beachy, do you recommend to help out neighbors who didn't prepare? No. 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 Nope. Absolutely not. I want to even go further to say to you that if you care about children or there are family members that you have that you care about, if you're preparing, you should make sure that they're prepared as well. Because I'm also a firm believer that if you are somewhere where you have a big family, I'm not letting these niggas not prepare and think every cousin and auntie and uncle I have think they're going to come to my house and take everything that I have prepared for me and my family when they didn't decide to prepare. If it's somebody you really care about, then I would tell you to then instill upon them or buy those things for them so you can make sure that loved one is taken care of. But I'm telling a lot of people no. Nope. You don't do all this preparing to make sure you and your family can be safe and then give your stuff away. Absolutely not. The only time I'm doing anything in a survival moment is if I'm bartering and trading. If I'm giving you something, you're giving me something that I need that you have, and vice versa. I'm not trying to be nice. I do not care. I do not care if your child is in pain and broke their leg and I got some Percocets. I don't have any Percocets for you. I'm not saving your kid over the sake of being able to save somebody in my household if something happens to us. I didn't take the time to save all this stuff every year or to go out and do my due diligence to then give to you what I don't. And then let me tell you something about those type of situations too. When you're in survival, you go to help a neighbor or a friend. And if you help them once, know that they are not prepared at all. That's why they're asking you for help. Okay. Shout out to you, Ronnie. Thank you for the $3 holla. They're asking you for help because they're not prepared. Okay. So if you help them once, know that they're going to keep coming back. And if you have a supply of food that will last you and your household a week, okay, you got a week's worth of food. Great job. Great job, right? You don't need have 5 months in 10 years. God damn it. We don't have no food for 6 months on the shelf. God damn it. We at the end of the world. You might as well just go out with a bang and, find you a crew and let's just live it out like The Walking Dead till it's over. But, and we still ain't got no food and shit. And, it's 6 damn months. But even if you have a week of food, if you start sharing with your neighbor or somebody else who's not prepared, that week's worth of food can turn into 2 days of food, depending on how many people are in their household. How many children do they have? How many of them need to motherfucking eat? So now you had a week's worth of food, 7-8 days to feed your family. Now 2 days later, nobody got no food. So now we all gonna die, huh? I mean, if you're in a really bad situation, I want to be honest about this. So if you are in a place where they're not coming to help you and somebody needs your medicine or they need your food or they need your water and you are giving your stuff away to them, all you're going to do is use up your supplies faster and then heighten the risk that now both you niggas gonna die. All you did was just prolong y'all death or destruction depending on what it is that you're going through. So no, what I have for me is for me and my family. I am not sharing with you. And if you come to my door in the right type of a situation where there's really some traumatic shit outside, like right now we have a storm. If the power's out for 2 or 3 days, that's one thing. But if it keep going to be on the 5th and 6th day, now we're in a whole nother state. Because 24 hours can change a lot in a survival situation. We're fine on the 3rd day. By the 4th, everybody acting crazy. I'm probably gonna answer my door with my gun and tell you to get away from my door. Especially if I don't know you. You're knocking on my door now. I'm your neighbor from 3 houses down. Bitch, you should have introduced yourself long before now. And the reason why I'm going to answer the door with a weapon is because I want you to know that we have weapons over here. I want you to know that if you're thinking about if I told you no, well, maybe I can just go in there and take it. I want you to know, bitch, you can't just come in here and take it. Okay? But I'm going to tell you, get the fuck away from my house. You could be standing on my porch with a crying kid. I'm going to tell you to take you and your crying kid and get the fuck away from my door. That seems mean, but no, too many people don't pay attention to survival or having anything. I ask people all that all the time. Everything that the government provides for you, take a moment and ask yourself, what is it that you can provide for yourself if the government take it away today? Simple. The government gives you your electricity. You pay the electric company. Is a fucking monopoly. Is only one. Whether you like their prices or not, you want electricity, you gonna pay me. If the power go out, we always assume, long as I pay my water bill, the water gonna run clean through the faucet. No, it's not. We always assume you pay your light bill, your light's gonna come on. Long as I got money to go to the grocery store and buy the groceries on the shelf, there's gonna always be groceries there for me to buy. No, it's not. And when that happens, if you do not know how to put a roof over your head, you do not know how to feed yourself, have some water, the things that you need to survive, you're going to die. And I think it's a sad thing to be in a position that as human beings, the very things that we need to live, shelter, food, and protect ourselves, that we give so much of it away to the government, that I think that when these moments happen, you really realize how vulnerable you are, which is crazy because we have people who lived life many years ago with no electricity at all and it wasn't a problem for them. But because we have gotten away from the natural way of doing things, we don't even know how to go back to the natural of doing nothing. So without the power coming on, without us pushing a button on the phone, we've memorized nobody's goddamn phone numbers. You know what I'm saying? So no. So I just feel like people need to take accountability for them and their households. So you can't ask me for shit. Nope. Yeah, I don't care if you on my porch. I don't care if you Peach McIntyre. With your husband and 9 kids, I ain't giving you shit. I don't care. And people can think that's mean. But I owe my household and my kids something before I ever owe you anything. I am not putting my kids at the risk for anybody else's children. That's your fault. You're the head of your household. You failed them. They ain't got nothing to do with me, right? So that's what I say about survival. But if you guys are not prepared, and hopefully this does not hit too many people too hard, but if you are not prepared, because I don't trust the government either. So the power may not go out in some places, but that doesn't mean that they won't cut your power out and tell you it was the storm. Y'all feel me? I'm going to say that again. Just because the storm come through, some of y'all power might not go out because of the storm, but your power might still go out. And they're going to tell you it's the storm. Just like they told you that the storm flooded Katrina when really y'all broke the levees. They survived the hurricane. Y'all niggas blew the levee. Stop playing. So they might still cut off your power. Remember, the government don't care. They sick of us. And they're trying to get rid of as many people as they can. So you got this happening right now. Everybody's so focused on this. You got these dumbass riots going on that they arguing right now and trying to fight the goddamn ICE agents. And we are slowly approaching January 31st. So is the government going to shut down again? It's a lot going on, but it's also a lot going on that ain't nobody fucking paying attention to. So we finna be all fucked up and they about to tell us how many days we got. Y'all got about 8 days, 9 days. They gonna take niggas' food stamps again. And that's not funny. But if you didn't learn from the last time, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, homie. I'm just saying. The government about to shut down on a nigga again. It's a lot going on. This is why we don't have time to keep talking about a bobblehead, fucking Mr. Potato looking face, Anton Daniels, or dumbass Corey Holcomb. I don't have time for that shit. Y'all gossip about it if y'all want to. I don't have time. Government about to close down on niggas again. Let's say something what's going on right now. We'll look at this and see where it is in the morning. I'm laughing because the motherfuckers out there in Minnesota, they are acting a damn fool. But I bet when the storm move in, they gonna go home. They gonna take their ass in the house. I promise you they gonna go in the house. They gonna go in the house, okay? Because it's about to get cold outside. But I just want to say, I just feel like fuck all of them people that is being shot in Minnesota. I don't care. How do y'all feel about it? I'm kind of offended. But I'm not offended for the people getting shot. I'm offended that the people that's crying for the people is shot. I'm offended at them. Like, I have to honestly say, I'm not saying black people, I want to say Americans. Americans have got to be some of the dumbest, I don't care what race you is, dumbest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life. I do not understand how Americans are out in the streets when Trump went and kidnapped Venezuela's president. Okay? He went and kidnapped Venezuela's president, brought the president and said, fuck that, get his wife too. Get him and his bitch. Bring them both over here. This nigga went to sleep, the president of Venezuela, and woke up in jail next to the cell where Diddy at. Now, whether you like Trump or not, I keep telling y'all this nigga is a gangster. But what I don't understand is, how does Venezuela sing the praises of Trump for getting rid of their dictator president who just forced his way, they say, into that position when it came to the election. And they're like, yes, thank you for doing this. But you got Americans in the street protesting against what he did. But the people of that country is praising Trump. I just want y'all to tell me, how does this make any fucking sense on the Americans' behalf? Why is niggas in the street fighting over some shit that the Venezuelans is not even fighting for? I just want to know. I better not see nobody black out there. Is some black folks out there? How y'all mad and the Venezuelans ain't? And then y'all seem to forget the Venezuelans is the motherfuckers, the Trinidad and Aragua, okay? That's them niggas. Okay? Venezuela emptied out its prisons and sent all its worst motherfuckers over here. These are the Trinidad and Aragua people that was taking over apartment complexes, standing outside with guns, causing all kind of problems. And we said that the immigrants need to go home. Well, for all the Venezuelans that ran here because they like, my country is crazy. Well, Trump just fixed it, bitch. Even more reason for you to go the fuck home. Look at Trump made it good. You are no longer running. You don't need to seek asylum. Your country is good. Bitch, go home. I just don't understand why people are mad. Trump do some dumb shit, and then he do some shit that I agree with, and then he do some shit that I don't really give a fuck about. I don't understand why y'all mad because for the Venezuelans. And you know how you know Trump is a gangster? Because what he did completely goes against what the UN and everybody feels like he should be doing. They're like, that's against the rules. But you know what they ain't done? Stopped him. They ain't stop him, did they? They did nothing to him, did they? And if you're an American, just be glad that it's your president that is punking the fuck out of everybody else and you not the country getting punked. What is y'all crying about? If anybody gonna go into somebody's place and steal their oil, be glad it's your president stealing the oil. Nigga, we need this oil. I'm just saying, we need the oil. Y'all don't think we need the oil? Do y'all know that Venezuela has the biggest reserve of oil? Do you know that? Now what Trump said, we run this shit. Trump said he run it. And guess who is one of the biggest buyers of the oil from Venezuela? How many of y'all know? I'm going to see anybody in chat know. How many of y'all know that Venezuela's infrastructure to get the oil is all fucked up? Okay? It's been fucked up for years. So if America go in, fix up the infrastructure, they start pumping the oil, they're going to, look at my chat. No, that's what's up, black people. They know, look. So not only did he say we finna come over here and run the oil and get the oil, now we're in charge of the oil. So now that means even though China is the biggest buyer of Venezuelan oil, now you got to talk to us. Trump not playing with China, and China be on some bullshit. And you know, China got a lot of technology and they might fuck a nigga up back. But China already know too. Like, they be on some fuck shit. But if you want to go to war, they know that Trump is willing to go to war. That's the thing. He's crazy. So people are like, this crazy motherfucker might really want to go to war. So it has other countries and their presidents stopping before they react to saying, what do we do? Because do we really want to start a war? Because Trump is the motherfucker to say, let's go then. You want to fight, bitch? He going to tell you like Anti Davis. He going to say, let's go out back. Trump going to be ready to go out back. You ain't going to be busting up on him, he said. Okay, so look. He said, we don't got to pay taxes, and I'm still waiting for him to keep that promise, okay? So at the end of the day, people like, he didn't do this for the Venezuelan people. Who gives a fuck? You're right. He did not do it for the Venezuelan people. But the fact that he did it, it benefits the Venezuelans too. I don't understand why Americans are protesting this. Then let's get to the ICE shootings, right? I'm offended as a black person. I am. I don't care about that Renee lady at all. I don't. I feel like I want to say to the people who feel bad about Renee, I want to say something to y'all. And what I want to say is these people are always out here disrespecting authority, and they don't just listen. And she should have just complied and she would not be dead. These thugs are always trying to disregard our officers in this country. And then when they do things to put the officer in their lives at risk, then everybody wants to feel sorry for them. You should just comply. Now, for anybody who thinks that my response is wrong, I know that it is absolutely right, because I have heard that very rhetoric be spoken to Black people year after year after year after year after year by the same motherfuckers who are in the streets right the fuck now. So I'm sure that I got the spiel right. I know I said it right. I've heard it. I've heard that record a million times. So I know I didn't say nothing wrong. It can't be wrong what I said, because it's not wrong when you motherfuckers say it to us. I want to know why Renee got her ass out there in everybody else's business. That's what I want to know. Renee, what are you doing? What are you doing, Renee? You're going to block the street and you want to fight with ATF agents and ICE agents in the FBI? This who you want to tussle with to save immigrants? And let's be real, on some real shit, not trying to be funny about the speech I gave, but it kind of does fit Renee. So let's talk about that for a moment. First of all, if y'all watched the video, now did the officer have to shoot her? No, he didn't. But did she clip that man with her car? Yes, the fuck she did. Another thing, if you look at all of the footage, her wife was trying to get in the car on the passenger side, and this bitch is skirting off so much, she rolled off and her fucking girlfriend fell on the ground. Her wife. I'm just saying, any reasonable motherfucker, and Renee is not a reasonable motherfucker, that's why she's no longer here with us, okay? What person is surrounded on their car? You have an officer on this side, you have one on the front, there's somebody in the back, and you got your wife on the right of you. What motherfucker in their right mind would have all these people standing around their car and start to back up or pull away? Nowhere in your mind do you think that you might hit somebody? Like, I think Renee got what she deserved. I don't understand, bitch, why you just didn't get out of the car. What she thought was going to happen? She thought she was going to zoom off and, like, the ICE agents wasn't going to find her. Bitch, your whole wife is on the ground. You didn't think this out very well, did you, Renee? That's why you woke up dead. You did not think this out, because your wife laying on the ground. You thought if you got away, you was going to, what, drive away, and they wasn't going to know who you was. They wasn't going to chase you down. They weren't going to lock you up and put you in the paddy wagon with the immigrants because now you're committing motherfucking crimes. What did you really think was going to happen? What the fuck did Renee think was going to happen? I can't stand the police. But if they was around first of all, I'm not going to be blocking the road for them immigrants. You know what I'm saying? But if the police surrounded my car like that and he like, get out, I'm going to just get out and deal with it later. I'm going to just get out. I'm going to just get out. And I don't give a fuck about Renee, because Renee should have put herself in that situation, because y'all didn't give a fuck about the young girl. And I should have looked her name up. But how many of y'all remember the Black girl who was in the grocery store and they said she was shoplifting liquor? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I know she was Black. I want to say she was pregnant. Maybe she wasn't pregnant, but I think she was pregnant. But she was a Black girl. She was shoplifting. This is what they say. So she gets in her car. The officer comes to her car in the grocery store parking lot. Do y'all remember that? And he's in front of her car. He jumps in front of it. He tells her to get out and to get out of the car. She has her window rolled up and she says no. He jumps in front of her car and she does start the car like she's getting ready to go, but she's not going full force. It's like she's waiting for him to move. She's not really trying to hit him, and he puts himself in front of her car. He could have easily moved out of her car. And then he opens fire and shoots her in her face over shoplifting things of liquor. And y'all have to forgive me. I feel like when we read the story, she wasn't shoplifting. She ain't had no liquor on her in the car. Now, Renee actually clicked and hit that officer. She absolutely did hit him with her car. No Nobody cried for the black girl who got shot through her windshield because the officer jumped in front of her car. And even then, he still had the opportunity to move out the way because the girl wasn't going full-fledged at him. She was actually letting it be known, I just want you to move. I'm pulling off, but I'm not letting you in my... He did not have to shoot her at all. He actually had the opportunity to move out of the way. He chose not to. And she didn't go full-fledged to him. But he shot that girl when, had she got out of the car and had she been arrested, the shoplifting wouldn't have been anything more than a ticket. She probably would have been let go on the scene, or she would have been let go when she went to court the next day. It does not warrant death, but he shot her with no problems, no repercussions. I didn't see any of these people outside screaming to fight the police back then. They said that that young woman should have complied. Renee should have complied too. And then we have another man that was shot tonight. Wasn't he 37-year-old somebody? Fuck him too. Why are you out here trying to fight? Like, do y'all see the mentality of these people? Now, of course, there's a couple black people sprinkled in the crowd because y'all done lost your ever-loving motherfucking mind, okay? Your grandmother need to snatch you up by your fucking ear and take your ass home. It's always some black people in the crowd. But I want y'all to notice it's all white people out there. These are white people doing this. It's a couple of dumbass black people. But it's white people out here crying. And this is their superiority. They think that they're so above the law. Do you see the ridiculous shit that they doing? We would never do this shit. But do you see how they think they so above the law? The ICE agents was trying to arrest a criminal. This nigga was a criminal. And he wasn't just like selling bean pies that he copped from the, Nation of Islam in the back of his truck. He wasn't selling stolen items from Temu or nothing, nigga. He was on some serious criminal shit. Serious criminal shit. They had already found the man they was looking for. This wasn't just somebody's abuela snatching up their fucking grandma. This man was a goddamn criminal. They're going to arrest him. Here comes the white guy. I'm going to save the day. Leave this immigrant man alone. And then you roll up. Who in their right mind? You roll up on the ATF. Let's be clear. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm not going to say ICE. Because do y'all know who ICE is filled with? ATF motherfucking agents. Do y'all know who ATF is? FBI. Are y'all serious? He roll up on them trying to stop them from doing their job. And he do it, and he armed. And you gonna roll up on them with a gun on you, boy? Bye, bop, bop, bop. That's why your ass got hit up. Who don't think that's gonna happen to them? Only white people that think this shit don't never fucking affect everything bounce off of them, I guess. But you found out today, sir, bullets don't bounce. You supposed to know that after what happened to Renee. That shit don't bounce off your white skin. Somebody says, okay, so here we go. Let's go. It's Saturday night. Sorry, Mitch, you can't agree with that assessment. Saw many different angles on that situation, and he shot her, and she really didn't hit him, in my opinion. And again, that came from several videos. Well, I would tell you, first of all, Herbal Man, that I don't care if you agree with my assessment or not. If you saw all of the cameras, then you also saw the angle from the officer that was holding the cell phone when the lady clipped him on the side. And no, he did not have to shoot her, but she did clip him. It's amazing to me that y'all have all these excuses. Her car had several people standing around her fucking car, including somebody she claims she loved. And that bitch was backing up and trying to pull forward. Anybody in their right mind, you think it's okay to do that when your car is surrounded by people? You don't think you might run over somebody's foot, that you might hit somebody, that you might even fucking hurt your wife that's on the other side of the car? I'm sorry. I don't agree with your assessment. Any stupid motherfucker that do what she did, regardless of what color they is, you wanted to be shot. You wanted to be shot. Now, did she hit the man like he was dead? No, but she did clip him. Could he have jumped out the way? Is his hip gonna be fine? Absolutely. But I just want to know, when the fuck is this okay for a nigga to do this when the police is right at your car and you're surrounded, your car surrounded by ATF agents, and you just gonna drive like cars don't hit people? You didn't see none of that, sir, with your assessment. You didn't see none of that. You didn't see her wife get knocked down on the ground because as she was trying to pull off and then the man shot her wife fell on the ground. You not even paying attention that your wife is trying to get in on the other side of the motherfucking car. You put your wife in danger, bitch. disagree. Even when we talk about black people and how the police fuck with us, them bitches was fucking with the police all day. I'm sorry. In this country, we don't go harass the police, follow them around all day while they doing their job and then wonder why they about to arrest us because we won't leave them the fuck alone. Bitch, mind your business. I want to know, so since somebody said that's not my set, my question would be, where the fuck was all this energy for the American police that do this same shit to fucking Americans all day? Where is that energy? Because it's white people, it's Americans outside right now. They are fighting these agents. They are throwing snowballs at them. They are throwing rocks at them. They are literally getting physical with these people. Then when they shoot their ass up, everybody like, why they shot them? Like, where in the history of America do motherfuckers just go outside and fight the police? And bitch, if this is what we was doing, why we ain't been did this? You got all this smoke. This is why I'm offended. You got all this smoke for ICE agents getting immigrants out of here. I have never seen Americans put their life on the line so much and go out and fight a battle to this extent with the police ever before. But the crazy part is the way that them ICE agents is treating these immigrants, they have always treated us like this. And I'm going to even go a little bit further tonight to say I don't even want to just focus on black people. Do you know that white people don't like the police in this country either? Do you know that white people get murdered by the police all year long too? But they don't show those videos left and right because it's a psychological thing. See, we're used to watching black bodies die. So if you see a lot of black people be murdered on TV, we have learned to devalue black life subliminally. You see black people die all the time on TV. They play it like it's entertainment. So they will show you that all day long. The reason they won't show you white people being murdered for no reason at all by the police is because subliminally it will make people start to believe that white lives are not as valuable either. That's why they don't do it. But police kill everybody all year long. They unjustly kill all kinds of people. So my question would be, if you took a poll around this country, you would find that many Americans don't fucking like the police, period, in this country. So my question is, why haven't the American people done this that they're doing to ICE to regular police that they watch do this shit all day long? When is the last time we have watched police officers murder black people on live? And it's not even a quick death. And we watch people stand around and yell, but we don't see nobody trying to hit people with their car. We don't see nobody throwing rocks. We don't see nobody trying to beat them up. We don't see large mobs coming out and forcing the police to leave people the fuck alone. Y'all got all this energy for the immigrants, but you don't have this energy for the police that do the same thing to Americans all day. Like, America got some dumbass citizens. I just want to say that. For those of you that agree with these people out in the streets right now, y'all are dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. What are you out here fighting for immigrants for? I just want to know. And then who feels sorry for the immigrants? Why? You're dumb. As fuck. Somebody crying for a damn immigrant. You do know the immigrants don't necessarily like us. What is we crying for immigrants for? What is we fighting this hard for immigrants for? You know they don't have to get shot up. They don't have to be separated from their families. They could just go home. The fuck? Shout out to you, Tavis. Thank you for the $2 holla. Says keep up the great content I've been watching for a year. Well, shout out to you. Thank you for the support over the year. But it's like, why are you fighting for immigrants? I don't understand that. I don't. See, just like the Biden administration, do y'all remember they had an app that immigrants could like book a flight and just come over to the United States of America? Y'all remember that? Well, Trump gave them the same thing, but going the other way. He said that y'all can book a ticket to go home or wherever the fuck you want. You just got to get the hell up out of here. So my question is, if you know you're here illegally, you know you're not supposed to be here, instead of fighting with the police and running the fuck around, why don't you just get on a flight and go home and do it the easy way? Like, at this point, ICE been busting people in their head and taking niggas down for almost a year. So at what point do they realize, right, that this is not a joke? At what point do they realize that nobody is letting up at them? At what point do they realize we're going to go home one way or another? So I think we should do this the easy way. So I'm going to call all my cousins over and wherever the fuck I come from and tell them niggas I'm coming home. I'm going to go ahead and book that flight. I'm going to make my way to the airport, because what I'm not going to do is go to jail for 6 months, get beat over the head, and then finally get dropped in my country and don't have time to tell nobody I'm coming home. You're going back either way it goes. So do it the right way. Like, these motherfuckers don't have no damn excuse. And then you got all these, are y'all serious? And then on top of everything else that's going on, is it Minnesota? Ain't this the same place that these Somali motherfuckers is out here? Y'all, somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Shout out to you. Thank you, Samantha, for the $5 holler. Isn't this the same place where them... Kimber Jack. See, I don't watch TV like that. I thought it was the same place. There, y'all got to really be... Minnesota done lost their goddamn mind. Y'all done lost y'all motherfucking mind. Y'all out there fighting for immigrants after all the money them immigrants... Boy. And there's some dark-skinned people. Let y'all tell it they black. Well, let me tell you, as an American black person, them motherfuckers ain't us. They not us. They can go back to where they came from just like everybody else. Bye, bitch, going back across the board. They not us. They not us. They not us. But they over there stealing and y'all fighting for them. I'm so sick of motherfuckers in America. Y'all ain't got none of this energy. This is how you know they hate black people. Y'all, yeah, this is how y'all know America hates black people. These white people out here going hard for these immigrants, but they ain't never going this hard for all of the police brutality that we suffer. Like, when y'all gonna beat the police up like this? I want to see this. I really do. I really do. Because they always have an excuse when it's happening to black people. I don't know, like, for everything I've seen happen, I can name a black person that something's happening. Oh, they're just stopping people for no reason. Stopping them, frisking them, arresting them. You mean like they did Khalif Browder? Is that what you mean? Like that? You mean the teenage boy that got picked up by the police for no reason at all? They didn't have no evidence he committed a crime. They didn't really investigate nothing. They claimed he stole a book bag, but never had the book bag they claimed he stole. They threw the poor baby in Rikers Island. He spent 3 years there and was never charged with the crime at all. They let him go, and he was so traumatized by the things that happened to him because he was a fucking child. Right? But in America, our kids don't get the privileges of being children. But immigrants' kids, oh, the immigrant kids. I'm a quote Anton Daniels and fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. Everybody crying over these people, goddamn kids. Oh, the immigrants' kids. Don't nobody care about that. They don't. How many of you know there was a law called Stop and Frisk? Y'all remember Stop and Frisk? They stopped Stop and Frisk because Stop and Frisk was where you could stop people and you could just, based off of whoever you wanted to pick, you could just stop people and be like, yo, let me see your ID, where are you going or whatever, right? Which is very unconstitutional, but they were doing it. But the reason they were stop and frisk is because statistics, not my opinion, but facts, is that they found Stop and Frisk to be racist. They said that when you leave it up to the officers, they are actually more likely to stop and frisk and fuck with black people over anybody else because of their biases. Even black officers are more likely to fuck with a black person than anybody else. So since they were not stopping people and frisking them and checking them, right, based on real things, but more so their biases and prejudices, right? And I'm going to use the word biases and prejudices specifically because when black officers were doing this to black people, that's not called racism. That is called prejudice, right? But it still affected those black people. Do you know that statistics say that when officers everywhere you live, officers have to meet quotas on traffic tickets and shit like that, okay? And usually the quotas have to be met every month. And so when you get to the end of the month, you will find, you guys, if y'all don't know this, more tickets are handed out at the end of the month than anything else. They'll get in the last week of the month. They're looking for people with expired tags. So they're looking for people to give tickets. It's like, it's one thing to stop crime, but then it's another thing to look for crime, right? If you looking, you gonna find something. So that's when the officers sit out there with their little radars. They try and get everybody, or they'll just pull over cars that's driving just because they suspicious, where the term driving while black comes from. And statistics say that officers are more likely to pull over black people than anybody else. And some people, and the argument was even made in this study that, well, if where they live, if everybody is predominantly black, wouldn't you expect them to pull over more black people, right? But they found that this is true even when you are in communities that are not predominantly black. So even when they took studies of communities that are more Hispanic or communities that are white people, they still found that the police officers in those communities would pull over more often the black community that was there, even if they were the least. So this goes across all boards. It's not just about where the fuck a person lives and that it's more black people here than other places. So even if that's what people want to say. So we've been getting stopped and frisked. I don't know, for forever. Police have been busting into people's house with no-knock warrants. No-knock warrants. Like everybody's crying, saying that didn't Trump or something just get him permission, and ICE has the permission to come into people's house without warrants? Well, the police have been breaking into black people's houses with no-knock warrants for forever. And guess what they do? They come at like 3 o'clock in the morning when they know you're going to be asleep. And because it's a no-knock warrant, you don't know it's the police at your door, because they don't knock and say, police, let us in. They just kick in your door, and then you think niggas is coming to invade your home. You don't know it's the police. And at 3 in the morning, you think somebody is breaking in about to kill you. So when you grab your legal gun and you get to busting back, then they light you up and shoot you, throw smoke grenades, and sometimes kill kids. And guess what? And then turn around and find out these motherfuckers got the wrong house. Do you know how often that happens? In the hood, do you know how often that happens? Police kick in doors that they're not supposed to kick in all the time. And then you know what the police do to you when you poured already in the hood? They say, oh, sorry, it's the wrong house. And then they walk out and leave your door hanging off the hinges. And they don't give a fuck if it's the middle of winter and you ain't got no money. They not putting that door back on the hinges, even if they got the wrong house. You know how many times officers have gone in the houses, wrong houses, get to shooting, and you done shot somebody motherfucking baby dead, and none of them pay the price. But y'all niggas is out here fighting the police with whistles and rocks and snowballs and trying to hit them with your car and trying to interfere with their work. But you don't have none of this energy for the regular police. The ICE police are acting just like the American police, except what they are doing to the motherfucking immigrants, our police just do it to the American people. So where is that energy, Americans, for American police brutality? Where is that at? That's what I want to know. Like, all them people look stupid. If I lived in Minnesota, I would go out to the streets. I don't go out to the streets no more. But if I was there, I would get some pepper spray. I'm going to get some bear spray. And I'm going to go to the crowd. And I'm going to spray you niggas. I'm going to be down with the police. I'm going to be on the other side. Bitch, go home. All of y'all go home. Y'all better be glad I'm not there. Because I'm coming downtown to hit y'all with some more pepper spray. That's what I'm going to do. I'm coming to hit y'all with pepper spray. Everybody. Becky, Brian, Kim, the 3 niggas in the crowd. Because it's always 3 of y'all. What is y'all doing there? I saw a video, some news today. They was out there protesting. And there's always one black man in the crowd singing Kumbaya. Brother. Whoever cousin that is, go get your cousin. If you are in the Minnesota area and you are in Minneapolis and you have people that are out there and they are black, check on your black family. If them niggas is out there at the protest, you better call them and tell Ray Ray get his ass home. We don't have time for this. This is not what we're doing in 2026. Absolutely not. I told you, if they would hire me, I'm a felon. I go to work. I ain't had a job in forever. You know what I'm saying? Where I go out and work for people. But yes, I will put my next class on the back burner. I will get me a whole suited up, booted up, and I will arrest some immigrants, nigga. Can we still call ICE on people, or that's over with? They don't got the number no more? I feel sorry for these people. I don't. And I just don't understand the rationale of Americans. So let me say this. Everybody is in an uproar. I'm getting my ass off here. But before I do, I want to say this to everybody, right? We have this storm coming in. I hope that all of you are safe and okay. I hope that you're not one of the people that's going to wake up dead if your power go out and you don't know how to warm yourself. And you went and bought a roast from the stove, but you don't got no sleeping bags or nothing else in your house, so you don't even know how to stay warm. So that's going on right now. We got all these people out here protesting and doing dumb shit. I think that some of y'all have Trump derangement for real. Like, it's amazing to me, right? Because it's going to be some people who are going to comment and be like, oh, you're a Trump hater. And then if I say something about Trump that I don't have a problem with, then it'd be people in the chat like, oh, you love Trump. Like, I don't give a fuck either way. I'm entertained by what is going on. But what I will say is that I do not understand for the life of me. It's like, I see people talk about how folks are so blindly down with the Democrats, right? And how they don't care what Biden or what Kamala or any of them had to do. So they just so blinded by Democrat, they running after that. But at the same time, for those of y'all that like Trump, like y'all do the same thing. Like y'all don't say anything when he do something stupid. Y'all deranged about him. And then you got so many people that hate Trump ass that no matter what he do, they're always mad about it. So I just want to say to y'all, nobody should be mad about Venezuela. Okay, so let's get that clear. The government may be shutting down again, and that's one thing you might want to worry about. And I guess I want to say, why y'all not prepared for this storm? Because after what happened with the food stamps, y'all was supposed to make sure that y'all had food in y'all house with the food stamp situation. So if you survive the storm, I just want you to know that the 31st is coming. And Trump has a health care plan, but it's not a real plan. It's not a real plan. Like, it doesn't have all the little nuances in there. How much does a person get paid? How would this work? What are the ins and outs of it? It's just a general plan. And so being that it doesn't have all of the little nuances in it to give you all the details, there's no way he's going to present this and they're going to agree to it on the 31st. So I'm just saying. So y'all have another thing that y'all have to look forward to. Everybody has to come up and look forward to. What I do want to say, though, I think Trump can do some dumb stuff sometimes, but I want to make it really clear. Anybody who is upset with Trump over Venezuela and what he's doing, something's wrong with you. You just don't want to agree with anything that Trump does. So let me explain something to y'all that might not understand this. Trump is a lot of black people say they've read 48 Laws of Power. I don't believe you, because if you have read 48 Laws of Power, you would know that Trump is playing by power. He's playing the 48 Laws of Power. I want you to understand that obtaining power is actually not about doing the right thing all the time. It's not. Okay. So understand that power is not righteousness. That's not how power is exhorted or taken. Okay. So shout out to you, K Phoenix. Shout out to you for becoming a channel member. But I want y'all to understand this, right? That power does not mean you do what's right. Right? What did Sourcey tell them? Sourcey said, that nigga said, knowledge is power. Sourcey said, nigga, power is power. Turn around, go back, take off his head. Wait, don't kill him today. Come back 3 steps, turn around, bitch. Now leave my presence. Ha! Power is power. What the fuck? And this is what Trump is playing in. Power is power. So I want you to understand, he might be an orange man to us, and he say dumb stuff, and he do. Trump is funny as fuck to watch me. He funny to me. The government don't never surprise me, so I be entertained. Some of y'all be too much of your emotions. I am entertained. Are you not entertained? I am fucking entertained, okay? But understand, Trump is playing power moves. You might think he's an orange man, but I want you to know that other countries, they fear Trump because he is a live wire. Okay, so you can say what you want, but from a power perspective, he is the president of the United States of America, regardless of the fools in the street trying to argue with what he did. He has a whole country. He done kidnapped these niggas president. And he said, and get that nigga wife too. Bring both these niggas in. They got some kids? Go get the kids too. Trump didn't care. He's bringing everybody and then he bring him to, tell me that's not no gangster shit. Go get that nigga. He's the president though. I don't care. Go wake him up and bring him to me. If that's not no power shit, then what is? And then they went and did it. And you know what's crazy? Nobody has stopped him. Who gonna check me, boo? A lot of people think Trump is crazy, and he may be. But Trump is respected because some people love him and some people fear him. And I don't care what you say, from a world leader's perspective, if you are an American, stop crying once again about everybody else's plight. I'm not upset that our president went and kidnapped some nigga's president and took over their whole oil industry. Not only did he kidnap him, then after he put him in jail, he said, when everybody was like, well, who gonna run Venezuela? What Trump say? I run this bitch. I run this bitch. What? Okay? Him taking that oil and building up that infrastructure and making sure that we are the ones that have the right to that oil in Venezuela is the biggest oil reserve that there is. And then America controls that. And because they control it, now they also have something else that they can hold over China's head, because that's where China get its oil from. That is a power move. Y'all don't understand that? I'm glad it's my president that is slapping the shit out of all these countries, stealing their oil, stealing their presidents. I'm glad. I'd rather have it be our president doing it to them than somebody doing it to us. What are you crying for? Stop crying for other countries. Well, I'm just saying that if Donald Trump can still go start doing this, who says people can't do this everywhere? What if somebody do it to him? You know what Trump is thinking, and a lot of us that are Americans are thinking? This is what we thinking. If they think they can come to America and kidnap Trump in his sleep and Melania and take them, come on then, bitch. Let's see if you can do it. I doubt it. We ready to see. Come on. That's Trump's attitude. You gonna come get me? Bitch, come on. Come on. Come on. See, why you worried about what happened in other countries? Know that nobody can come over here and do to us what he did to them. You can't touch us like that, right? And Trump crazy. Trump will go to war. He don't give a fuck about us. That's one thing y'all don't want to admit. Trump don't care. Now, ain't nobody gonna drop no bombs in this bitch. But when you talk about fucking with people like China and shit, come on. These people have a lot of technology. And now that everything is online and it is like everything connected to the internet, all of our grids, all of these different things, it's very easy for them to shut down our power system, to shut down our internet, to shut down a lot of things. So they could definitely touch us in certain ways that could cause a lot of problems. But Trump don't care. Trump will go to war and he will let your ass get fucked up as a casualty. He don't care. He don't care. What he did with them food stamps, that shit was not right. But again, when you're playing a power move, Trump is living by 48 laws of power. What he did when he decided to say, I'm going to use the poor American people and kids. See, y'all mad at Corey. Trump said, fuck them kids. He did. Do you know 46% of motherfuckers on welfare is kids? Trump said fuck them kids for Corey Evans said that to Anton about his child. This nigga said, we gonna cut off food stamps. You gonna not feed the kids? That's what he did. Because I want to be clear once again, because y'all had y'all panties in a bunch when I said this. The government can shut down, y'all, and food stamps keep going. There are some people that don't get paid, but in government shutdowns, there are programs that are funded to continue to keep going, even in the shutdown. It was the Republican Trump who was like, fuck it, cut off the food stamps then. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. Okay, I just want y'all to be clear. Food stamps did not have to get cut off. So Trump used the American people, the most vulnerable population, and he said, I don't care. He said, and then he looked at the Democrats and said, you gonna keep letting the people starve? You gonna let these kids go hungry? All you got to do is come to some agreement. We can expand it or whatever. But what we not going to do is agree to keep this Obama plan care in place. We want something else. So even if it's just an extension, we're going to let this shit expire. And what he did was he dangled the Americans and the ones who couldn't eat in front of the Democrats and said, you are the one letting the people starve. If you care about the people, then you'll do what you need to do. When the truth is, if he cared about the people, then he wouldn't have done what he did in the first place. But Trump is not caring about people. You must understand that power has nothing to do with being right by people. Some of the biggest people that have power, real power. Hitler had power. Everybody will tell you he was a very devious man. He was also one of the most powerful men that ever lived. Stop equating power with righteousness. The two do not go together. They do not. Let's be clear about that, okay? Shout out to you, Angel, for the $10 holler. Says, blessings, Queen Michi. You've been doing ding the alarm about this upcoming shutdown since the holidays. I have. For those who bought presents instead of food, right? It's on them. Fuck them presents. Fuck them kids. That's the saying for tonight. Like Anton be saying about everybody kids. Fuck them kids. They ain't need no presents. But again, Trump is playing by power. And what I want y'all to know is that Trump is a very feared president by other countries. They're scared of Trump. So whether you agree or not, like at the end of the day, I want to live in a country where my president is the most feared by other countries. Where he kidnap your president and you just don't do shit about it. Where he just snatch your oil and say, bitch, this ours. Like, maybe the oil will make us enough money we ain't got to pay taxes. He said he was trying to make us not pay taxes. And look, if we going to have a universal basic income, these niggas got to get the money from somewhere. Okay? And universal basic income is coming. So where they going to get the money from? If you're not going to work, everybody losing their job to AI. And you are losing your job to AI. Let's be clear. Okay? Who going to be paying taxes if nobody got a job no more? I want y'all to rethink about that. Trump know what he doing. He going to steal oil and everything that he fucking can from everybody because that's how they going to make money by selling all this other shit to everybody else. Now they got to come and get oil from Trump, from America, right? Because we going to run the oil in Venezuela. So now they got to come to us. So if he make money off a whole bunch of other countries, then maybe we don't, how you think we going to get by without paying no taxes? How we going to pay for shit? Our taxes been paying long enough for the immigrants. I think it's time that other countries pay for our well-being. Don't you agree? Like if Trump got these motherfuckers paying all kind of money, and I thought this was amazing too. Let me just throw this out there. People used to be mad and be like, Trump doesn't ever go after the business people. He doesn't ever come for businesses. He just comes after the small guy. But then everybody got mad when he did tariffs. Now, tariffs have always existed. But when he went up on tariffs like, bitch, he was like at the casino. He was playing like he was at the casino. Trump was like, oh, bitch, you want to do 50%? Well, I'm going to do 50% tariffs and I'm going to raise you 300. It's 300% tariffs on you. Like he was just slapping people with tariffs left and right? And everybody was getting mad. But if tariffs are paid by business owners to get their products into this country because they decide, and I won't say decide, at this point, America doesn't manufacture enough that those of us that actually have products, we do have to go outside of the country to get products, right? They have allowed China to become the manufacturing, capital of the world. And so that's something that they have had for forever. It's going to take a while to kind of undo that because we don't manufacture a lot of things here in this country. But if businesses have to pay more for those products, who's actually getting taxed? I just want to throw that out there because people be getting these derangements. Now, remember, I want to give this disclaimer because some of y'all going to hear this and be like, oh my God, she's a Trump fan. I ain't nobody fan. I don't vote for nobody. I don't know who y'all voted for, but I didn't vote for Trump. Or I believe local elections matter more, but I don't vote in those elections. But I do sit back and be entertained and try and be as biased and tell you the truth of what the fuck is going on. Somebody said, unfortunately, my husband had to close a business due to tariffs. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But again, that proves my point. Businesses are paying the tariffs. So for people who are like, he's letting business owners get away with all these tax cuts, like, no, he's actually putting some people out of business. And if you want to stay in business, we're actually paying more. People say that that money is pushed over to the consumers. But this is the thing. As a business owner, if I'm buying products from China and that's my business, I have no choice but to pay the tariff, okay? You as a customer, I can raise the price on that product, but you don't have to buy it if you don't want to. So really, he is taxing the fuck out of business owners. So for when people say, he don't tax the business people, shit, I'm a business owner. Yes, the fuck he do. I just want y'all to know that, okay? So again, get out your emotions and look at everything the way that it is. But Trump is definitely an asshole. And so the 31st is coming and he's definitely going to take y'all food stamps again. If these niggas don't come to an agreement, Trump is definitely finna make the kids hungry. He is finna take y'all motherfucking food stamps again. So I suggest everybody learn how to fast. Yeah. And, stock up on some extra groceries for next month. If you do get some stamps before he cut them off again, because they didn't resolve nothing. They just postponed it. So keep that in mind. If you survive the blizzard, let's see if you survive the shutdown. Somebody said those other countries depend on U.S. military to protect them. So if he stops, Russia and China will take over those European countries. Everybody be dependent on America to do a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff. I think I'm just really tired of America doing stuff for everybody else but us. So again, I'm not crying for him. I mean, he could go kidnap somebody else president. I'm gonna be like, damn, this is some interesting shit. You don't see this reality TV? This nigga done kidnapped 3 presidents in a year. Okay. Go Trump. Trump don't give a fuck. Trump will die being one of the most polarizing presidents we have ever had. And he will be the most respected president in any country because either he's feared or he's loved. So many people hate him right now. But if you go ask a lot of other people, they love him. Go ask the Venezuelans. They feel that Trump saved them from their dictator, while those of us in America say that Trump is our dictator. Go figure, right? I guess it's perspective and all and how you look at it. So, but I do want y'all to get y'all asses out the streets. If the storm don't wash these protesters out, I just want somebody to run past the protesters downtown in Minneapolis right now. Help spray them niggas with some spray. Send them home. I never thought I'd say this in my life. I'm gonna come out there and help the police. I got some pepper spray. I got some bear spray. We don't care. Oh, somebody did say this too. We'll talk about this on tomorrow when we talk about Charleston. But somebody said the Pink Panther. So yeah, as Black people, we are not out here fighting for immigrants. We're not doing it. We ain't gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. We ain't never gonna do it. Okay. So yeah, all of these Black Panthers talking about that we fight for other people. We're not doing that shit. We're not doing that shit. That's why I stayed out of organizations in the streets. So I want y'all to know that that's what they do. That's what they do, okay? So this guy talking about we're Black Panthers and we're fighting for ICE. If you don't take your dumb ass in the house, if you don't take your dumb ass in the house, you don't represent Black people at all. You don't represent the Black Panthers. Nobody is asking you for shit. But this is what people do all of the time in the community, right? But yeah, Black people, don't be your ass out there. And white people, let me talk to you, some white people in here. I'm half white. You know that story I told about my daddy earlier? That was a white man, okay? So white people, get your ass, get the fuck out the street. I'm talking to you too. Go home. Go home. I hope the storm come in and ice all you niggas up in the street. You talk about ice in Minneapolis. I hope the ice hit all you niggas and freeze you downtown. They can come pick you up and get rid of you later on and throw you in the dump. Y'all dumb as fuck downtown crying. And keep getting shot. I hope ICE shoots 7 more of you motherfuckers. Quit trying to fight ICE. Let them do their job because these immigrants got to go. Even the Black ones. Somalis, goodbye. Get your ass the fuck on out of here. Go home, ho. Bye. We ain't mad. We ain't mad. And we going to keep minding our Black business. And with that said, y'all be safe. Hopefully you won't get without power and be cold and trying to survive, and you won't let a snowstorm kill you because you better prepared than that. So I hope y'all gonna be all right, but this is gonna affect millions. It's sad to say. I promise you that if this storm hits like it says it is and every place is going to, there's going to be casualties. A couple hundred people gonna die. in this storm. Just because with the power out, it's going to be too cold. They're going to die from hypothermia. Not starvation or anything else. They're going to die from hypothermia, okay? So don't let that be you, okay? Put some socks on, like your grandma used to tell you. Put some socks on your feet, put a hat on your head, get you some earmuffs. Bundle your ass up while you in that house and stay alive. All right, y'all. Thank you for everybody who gave a super chat. I'm going to get out of here tomorrow. Hopefully we can do the live. I couldn't because I'm on my phone because I'm using the internet on my phone, y'all. Because the internet was not working. It's not because of the storm. I just think the internet is being stupid right now. But hopefully I'll have some internet tomorrow so I can do it from my computer and we can have the conversation about Charleston White. I do have a video to show y'all. It's ridiculous. If y'all haven't seen it, I don't think y'all will be shocked by what you see, but we have to have a conversation about this video of what Charleston did to his 11-year-old cousin. Okay? And then y'all can decide if y'all continue to support this degenerate. Although those that support him, I'm sure y'all make an excuse. Tomorrow when we do it, I'll be dropping the link too. I'm going to try to drop the link if I can do it from my computer because I would like to hear what y'all have to say about Charleston White and what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So hopefully the computer will be working. But anyway, I want to come holler at y'all because I didn't come back yesterday or the day before. So again, if we have internet, we'll be on the computer and on MX Network, y'all. All right, do me a favor for y'all get out of here. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you have not. Hit that notification bell, yes, and I will see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully on the computer. If not, I guess I'll try and do it on the damn phone. We'll figure it out. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Stay safe and don't let the storm get your ass. Stay alive. And you don't live this hard ass life and you gonna let some snow kill you. You bet the fuck not. All right? Y'all have a good night. Bye.